here we are, and welcome to another setting. This is a normal, not faux, fake AI setting. Welcome to the Farm Hill Property, and I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com. Let's take a deep breath together through the nose and out through the mouth. If you've been watching the news and watching your own emotional system, you might be gasping at the everything is relative, but chances are in your lifetime you have never had such a sense of unrest socially, politically, and the financial part will come. Change, change, change. And a lot of people are even afraid to speak up how they're feeling because they might be identified. They wear a red hat, they wear a blue hat, and the joke is you swallowed the pill of one belief system. So we are now way, way, way out into a fractured social system of no polite discourse, no say in your mind, well, I don't really like that person, but I do love them. They're a divine being. They also are on their journey, and they are choosing this belief system because it makes them feel safe, makes them feel like they have a family, troop, belief system, support system. So our role as light workers is to shine light and to not get in the fray and to not even have a negative thought towards other people. And that's a very tall order. But we are learning now any negative thought not only goes out and has an effect, a particle, a blood cell that has a certain energy put into it, and another same resonant blood cell miles away gets excited and has the same reaction as the one being activated. So that's just a blood cell. Your thoughts are electromagnetic and go out. If you have a negative thought of criticism or even like slamming the door or shutting them off, wish they would die, this is adding to the collective darkness. And even though it's normal, we have chosen as light workers to do what? To rise above it, be in the earth, not of it, and to have unconditional love. Well, of course, it sounds good. This is what Christ taught, Mary Magdalene taught, all the disciples. And of course, we think, oh, yes, I have unconditional love. Until the rubber meets the road, when it's a dear friend, a partner, a family member who has betrayed you. You're going through your mind right now. I can feel it. Everybody listening to this. Someone who has been deceitful, who has taken unrightfully out of integrity what is yours. Someone who has disrespected you on any level, because as a light worker, you're very sensitive to these insults. If someone else has a negative thought about you, it affects you in your terminal, your electromagnetic terminal, your heart. If people are jealous of your money, your beauty, that is being beat up as well. So the answer, every single week I say, be the light, just be the light. And I'll tell you why. As we raise our vibration, we pop through this consensus reality and we suddenly cannot be hooked in emotionally. We are free of the human Achilles heel of emotional reaction. Our response, our responsibility to respond, it comes from a high place of exactly what the great leader Christ Yeshua said, forgive them for they know not what they do. They are on automatic, feeling unsafe, Think of a feral cat coming in and biting and making sure that no one is nice to them because they don't know niceness. They have never, this is a large percent of the population, felt held, seen, safe. Being adored was a tall order from there. So we're going to begin looking at ourselves, and I'll tell you why. Because as you look out into the world or your family or your partner, if you yourself are labeling and judging and sending negative thinking, that adds to the mass consciousness, and it is polluting your pure, divine, emanating resonance, which is so needed in the world right now. And it actually beats you up a little bit. About 15 years ago, I was meditating, and oh boy, that was the beginning of my spiritual path. I would sit there for 3 hours, and I sat by our little stream, exhausted. I said, I must speak to spirit. I won't move. And I had the time and determination to do it. I wasn't busy. I was single. And this being came and looked at me and said, Chan, you will not say a negative word about anyone moving forward. And I was like, oh. I said, how about if it's the truth? And he said, well, truth is relative in your systems. And then this is the kicker. If you think that's hard, there is a time coming in your future where you can't afford a negative thought. If, as light workers, our energy and then our voices as the carrier of that energy are stronger than 750,000 people who haven't expanded their consciousness and light, we are a huge searchlight of judgment and negative energy, pain and punishment coming from our human system. You can't afford a negative thought. So if you find a negative thought coming in, even for your own divine self or for someone else, this is what you're going to say. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't understand. They're in reaction. Stop and pause. So today's meditation, hopefully you have thought of someone who has trespassed against you, who has been kind of tough on you, to help you learn this lesson of overcoming their behavior and love the being, so that being, you can see them in such a way they drop the armor. Their pain heals. And you can be that person, starting with yourself. Let's take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place ourselves in a beautiful hold-on of balance, which allows us to separate ourselves from the fray, from everything else. In this space, this is the important wording. We ask and intend that only energies of the highest light reside now. No negative thought. Notice how your whole body feels safe. You can melt your tension and sit on your seat of knowing, loving, and self-authority deeply. Your sovereign self, and we ask and intend to remove everybody else's thoughts about us, our own thoughts about us, and our own hidden deep in the recesses of our lives, hidden reactions, feelings, and resultant thoughts, resistance, and pushback of people in our lives who have hurt us, betrayed us, been deceitful, and in our mind were unfair. We are choosing to allow ourselves to pull back the curtain and see the roles they played in teaching us that all of life isn't fair. You can trust humans to be human with their foibles and limitations. We see ourselves fudging a little bit, manipulating a little bit along the way, testing the boundaries. Can we get more if we cheat a little bit and nobody notices? If we align ourselves with this person who has more and promises us more, even though something in our gut says it's not quite right, can we forgive ourselves for that misalignment? If we can forgive ourselves first, which we shall, we long to, we forgive everyone else for making a split-second decision. No matter how small or large, it's all the same energy, misguidance and misalignment. And we can say, oh, I've been such a good person, but we're digging deep. And we all have tested the limits and boundaries. When you're a little girl, maybe a little boy, you decided to try to steal a little candy from the store because it was exciting. Or to kiss someone who you knew you didn't like, but then you wanted to be mean the next day. Testing. We all did it. That was a funny example, wasn't it? Maybe I did that. Let's take a breath again. And we are feeling into gently and lovingly across your timeline. Any time that you have been out of integrity with your divine knowing and core, and you were too young, naive on your learning curve, in your mind, say this after me. I ask and intend to let this energy lovingly come up and out of my cellular matrix, intracellular matrix, and heart. I release all disappointment or shame that I've carried this so long. I am now choosing to release all self-judgment in the ways that I've hurt myself. I am choosing a new path of rising above it and loving myself and forgiving myself for all of this old energy. For I have been confused, and I am choosing clarity, and I am choosing to love myself and forgive myself profoundly and permanently across all timelines. And so it is. Beautiful. Now you might I need to shake my hands or move your head and let that out. Oh, let this sound, move it out of your cells and out of your body. And it's a mist. And of course, I see angels around with little mist magnets. They're pulling all this out of us. All you have to do is ask. So now you feel so light. Beautiful. You've forgiven yourself. But what if that cousin comes in your thoughts? The one who was creepy, or the uncle, the older brother who smashed your pie up at dinner and said, you don't want to eat that now, do you? It's so ugly. Think of someone, a tiny trespass, a medium, or a horrific one. Bring them all in. This is a tribunal. And you have the heart of God to free them Because if you're still thinking or reacting or seeing their face and having any feeling other than pure love, you're still all in the boxing ring enslaved. So let them all come, not behind you, but all in front of you. Imagine all of them and let there be rows of them. Oh, what was his name? Klein, who took my Patsy Playpal doll out in the park and spun it around and her leg came off. I could never get it back on. I'm still pissed. Nancy Boxer, who burned my coat in her backyard incinerator. I had no coat. Line them up. Everyone. People who promised you things, you were disappointed, confused. You hated them, loved them and hated them. Put it all there. Now, we've all lived more than 10 years, so we're talking decades of people, and we are going to let them go. So just feel the blessed, sacred, exciting moment. I am putting all of my family there, all partners, everyone. They did what they can do. They were in reaction. They were feeling unsafe. They were feral cats who never knew safety and had to just beat everybody else up, me or you or each other. And believe me, they're beating themselves up much worse than they are other people. So let's take a deep breath, and there they are. Oh, I see. Angels are coming in and they're playing trumpets to get everybody's attention. This is like a beautiful movie, and it's epic, like Samson sort of movie. Trumpets. And I see the walls in their heart blocking love, just like the trumpets of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. So we're not even going to have to do it ourselves. We made the intentions to forgive them. All of heaven and each person's higher self and angels are circling them. Oh, we're talking like an arena, the Colosseum. There are thousands of beings here. We ask and intend that the forgiveness and the release of every trespass, we let it go. Every particle of dissonance, misalignment, we let it go now. We make an intention that all of these beings see their operations as futile and self-defeating, and they open their heart to love, and the angels are pouring in love into all these beings. Do you see that? We don't even have to do it. It's not in our bodies. It's not, we don't have to take it in. We are observing everyone being made new and healed and shiny. And look at their faces, glowing, happy, safe, redeemed, aligned, divine, feeling safe and at home in their bodies and looking around and seeing each other. This is like a big party. And that, as a light worker, is our realm. It is our right, it is our gift to allow and claim and hold this energy simply by asking and intending. So we finish this meditation. I think that we have, let's see, healed ourselves, healed everyone who's trespassed us. Okay, let's do this. Let's widen this, that every human on this planet that has suffered or created trespassing, that they are healed, purified, and their angels come in. All we have to do is ask big. And that everyone's heart is opening, and all these old layers of resentment, resistance, and reaction are dissipated, healed, like bubbles bursting. Take a deep breath. And this is how, my friends, we are bringing love, safety, and sacred, reverent community back to earth. Let that sink in through you, through this simple exercise, those who have come today and those that will be watching this. Blessed be. And so it is. So let's end this meditation by reorganizing our thoughts so that we can go out in the world and shed this light and be grounded in your body. Feel your feet, feel the weight of your sit bones. Imagine that you have a golden resilient egg around your entire body and that you are allowing your operational systems to be all rebalanced. And know that if someone comes into your field who used to put you like this, that energy is no longer present. And your first thought is seeing their divinity and their love and letting the rest go. You're over it. Done, good, done, good, and healed. And so it is. Excellent. All right. We'll see you next week, 9 a.m. here, same Zoom. I'm Jan Jorgensen up here in the Pacific Northwest. Sound and Light, healingarts.com. And so it is. Ooh, someone made a heart go up. I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to stop recording.